David suddenly visits, and Louis thinks, is this going to be a reality show moment for me? David and Louis share drinks and heart-to-heart talks, discussing the mysterious sounds and those nerve-wracking kisses at the bar, while Louis thinks, I better not overact. As David leaves, Louis rushes to see him off, nearly drops the glass, thinking, isn't this unexpected? Faced with this secret, the two share a knowing look, forgetting that you can't just hide a secret like a sweater. At midnight, David arrives home, and Adele suddenly wakes up, seeing his back thoughtfully, planning to invite Louis out for some fresh air, thinking, I need to include him in my scheme. Adele got no reply from Louis, thinking, what a waste. She then called David, switching to paparazzi mode over the phone. She heard no I love you, while David used busy work as an excuse. Adele thought, if that's valid, I could surf too. David comes home late, and even sleeps in the guest room. His romance with Louis feels like a bubble is just not sustainable. Lajic tells David it's unethical. David thinks, past that already. Subtitles. David comes back home ahead of schedule and finds that Adele has already prepared a sumptuous meal. He thinks to himself, am I really coming home, or am I stepping into trouble? Really? Is it time for me to start job hunting? Adele, you just gave me quite the scare. David leaves the table looking uncomfortably affluent, as if he's transformed into a housewife overnight. Next day, Adele texts Louis to hang out but gets ignored, thinking I might need to step up my game. So, she calls David off his phone instead. David's attitude to Adele makes Louis conflicted. He accepts her Sunday date, thinking, am I saving desire? Adele confesses to Louis about David's late return home, leaving Louis thinking, this is not something I can fix. Louis takes Adele's hand, changing the topic. Hey, heard Lubber's a fun writer. Adele mentions Lubber's weird dreams, and Louis thinks, if only I could dream about pizza. Subtitles. Louis also hopes he can have control over his dreams, but it's even more difficult than participating in a reality show. Last night, he dreamed about a hairdresser. David brings some new medication for Adele, arriving like an unexpected guest. Under her husband's ultimate gaze, Adele reluctantly takes her meds, thinking, they are bitter. No directorial urge. Adele secretly spits out the pills, thinking, I need a better game plan. Louis feels like an anxious puppy having nowhere to go. After spitting out the pills, Adele feels conflicted, thinking, I wish I could just control my emotions. As a result, Louis begins to resist intimacy with David, thinking, this is my survival route. Anthony decides to barge into the therapy room without an appointment, and Louis internally screams, not this drama. David, forced to save the day, makes an exception for Anthony. What a true multitasking therapist. Anthony returns to the clinic with gratitude, and Louis smiles and nods, thinking, I need to keep up appearances. After sending Anthony off, David invites Louis for a drink, and after one cup, he hurriedly says, who's this drink really for? Louis has to smile and join in the office shenanigans, thinking, is this what office life is? Louis feels the passion within, while his best friend warns him to back off or else he'll be the one getting hurt. Louis, feeling reluctant, ends up having a nightmare where he sees David and Adele playfully indulging in flames. Waking up in his son's room, he thinks, where on earth am I? The absurdity leaves him bewildered. Adele realizes David's heart has changed and decides to confront him. Adele reminisces about that moment, thinking, I really gave it my all to David back then. Not returning home on time, he annoys some thugs and thinks, what a stroke of bad luck. David calls back, sensing trouble. Finding Adele's eyes darkening, it's time for me to step up. Adele, however, keeps the truth locked away, as David persistently asks, what have you been doing all day? Adele skillfully uses montage tactics to evade the truth and invites David to stay with her. But David declines with work as an excuse, secretly thinking, I wouldn't want to stick around. He dreams of returning home, feeling nostalgic over the delicious meals his mother made, thinking, I wish I could experience this every day. Upon returning home, David faces Adele and thinks, should I just start a big scene? Adele recalls past grievances, saying this is all David's fault. David looks tired, thinking, what am I doing? They both know each other's secrets, yet refuse to spill. David helplessly thinks, maybe I should just give you a surprise. This woman had her first dream in life, By day with her son and by night with family, it's a dream combo. Louis wakes up smiling, exclaiming, "Without a doubt, it's time to kick off my career again." David meticulously oversees Adele's medication routine, as if they're rehearsing a grand play. Adele deliberately exposes her bruises, thinking to herself, "This is the best acting I can do." Anthony expresses concern for Adele, saying, "Does he need help? I can assist you." David reminisces about it all, thinking, what a dramatic show life has turned out to be.